Hey Brick fans, this is Dave from Brick 101, and today I'm reviewing 3 more Mega Construx Pokemon sets: Charmeleon, Ivysaur, and Wartortle. Each of these sets cost $10 in the United States, and they contain between 89 and 97 pieces. There's a link in the description where you can buy these sets online. Many thanks to Mattel for sending me these sets for free. Actually, they only sent me one of these 3 sets and I bought the other 2 in the store. So, 1/3 thanks to Mattel today. As a reminder, I am currently running a Pokemon Mega Construx giveaway. There's a link in the description where you can enter your email address if you are over 13 years old and live in the United States to enter to win one of these 5 Pokemon sets. Side note, I will be assigning the winners randomly, so commenting on the video which set you want will not in any way affect the outcome of the giveaway. As I said in my last video, I am Team Bulbasaur, so of course we're looking at Ivysaur first. Ivysaur looks awesome. Again, we have a great, really detailed face with that printing, additional printing on the legs for the spots. The overall shape looks great. The legs have some posability to them because they're all on those ball joints, so you can bend those in different ways, though they look pretty great just as they start out. And then the top is really well done, representing the leaves and the kind of opening flower, or, you know, not opening yet, the pre-bloom flower, and then got two vine whip attacks. Shout out to Emmanuel Esparza, who in my last video pointed out that the vines coming out of Bulbasaur were obviously the Vine Whip attack, key Bulbasaur move. So Ivysaur Vine Whip. One small critique of Ivysaur is that if you push the leaves up on the flower too much, that little flower bulb falls off really easily. There's a pretty easy fix if you have some other spare Mega Construx parts. So this part, I don't know what you would call it. It's kind of a small bar with a middle circle. If you put one of those in there and then stick that through there, that'll hold the bulb on much more securely, and then you can push the leaves up more, which I think gives it a little bit more of that Ivysaur look. And then also the bulb won't fall off too easily. This makes it just a little bit higher than it would be ideally, but that was the best solution I could find just for the stability and the overall look. Ivysaur. Nah. Next up for the middle evolutions, we have Wartortle. Really great job they did here. Just a few printed pieces. The face has nice Wartortle, more serious expression. Nice printing on the shell, and these 2x2 tiles on that, you know, weird giant water wave tail that Wartortle has. I think the tail is a little bit unwieldy, but kind of accurate to how the thing is. What I really like is how they got the underbelly of the turtle really well done with these different pieces, so there's actually lines there separating them. Looks really good. It's a really nice build. Again, you've got lots of really great posability with the ball joints on these, the head, the arms, the legs all move well, and the tail also can go in and out. So yeah, I think it's great. The color choices are all spot on. Wartortle. Last but not least, we have Charmeleon. Charmeleon looks pretty good. I think they chose the right color scheme here, using the red to make it darker than Charmander, which was orange, which is similar to how the evolutions work in game. Also want to point out the clever way they have reused this piece across the line. So it's the flame on the tail here. It's the same as the flower bulb on Ivysaur, and also the same as Eevee's tail. So even though all three of those things are the same piece, the different colors really help convey what they're supposed to be. My main criticism of Charmeleon is that the neck is non-existent, and Charmeleon does have a little bit of a neck, and the head therefore just seems way close to the body. However, it's an easy fix just using the pieces in the set. You take one of these ball joint pieces off the tail will still be a nice length relative to the rest of the body, and then you can take the head off and just give it a little bit of a neck with one of those ball joint extenders. And I think, well, this neck is a little too long maybe. I think it looks way better than the no-neck Charmeleon that you start with. You know, if you just build the set according to instructions. So here's a look at Charmeleon with that one piece added. So Charmeleon now has a little bit of a neck and a slightly shorter tail. In my opinion, a better way to go, but you are free, of course, to make your Charmeleon however you desire. that is your choice of Pokemon thing. I guess my other tiny criticism here is that the belly is a little bit big compared to the body. Kind of overwhelms the body a little bit, sticks off. So they could have done something slightly smaller there. But I think the sizing is not too bad, just like a little bit too big. Just like the neck was a little bit too small. So here's a look at the starters in their first and second forms now. So using the battle sets we looked at last week, combined with these new middle evolution sets, you can see the slight color variations they're using here. So Bulbasaur and Squirtle, I believe, are the same color, but then we have slightly different colors for Wartortle and Ivysaur, both from their lower evolutions and from each other. And then again, the Charmander, Charmeleon, orange to red. It would have been nice maybe if they had a slightly darker orange that wasn't quite red for Charmeleon, but again, that would have been a lot to ask of the color palette. Again, it's amazing they have this many slight variants of the bluish green for these three characters over here. Here's a look at the set that comes along with Ivysaur. So it's just a little area with plants and some rocks. Also has this cool 3-piece Pokeball, so you can pretend like this is actually the size Pokeball that the Pokemon come out of, which means that the humans in this world will be a little bit larger than minifigures as we're used to if this is a handheld thing. Of course, we don't see any humans, but who needs humans when you have Pokemons? I know that's not how you're supposed to say the plural of Pokemon, I'm just being silly. Yeah, not a lot to say here. Again, with these things, I get that they're just trying to inflate the piece count to justify the $10 cost. And the nice thing about construction sets is even if the thing they've built as an additional hoo-ha is not something you really care about, you can always use those pieces to build something else. To prove that, here are 4 Pokemon, which range from pretty decent to not so great. But I built these just using the spare pieces from the last 2 battle sets we looked at. So Squirtle versus Charmander and Bulbasaur versus Pikachu. So combining the spare pieces from the arenas in those 2 sets, I was able to build a pretty decent Execute, grass/psychic Pokemon with 3 heads. Obviously, I don't get the great face detail because I don't have custom printed pieces, but just really tearing apart that tree and some of the other plants doesn't look so great from the back because you can see some different colors, but pretty decent for just building out of spare parts. This is supposed to be Graveler. This one doesn't come across as great. Ditto this Bellsprout that I tried to do. It has the overall kind of shape and coloration, but not really instantly recognizable if you don't know what it is. And then I just made a little Caterpie kind of as a joke to finish it off. Not sure that these last 2 are even remotely to scale with the other Pokemon, but it was more just sort of a proof of concept that this is what's great about construction toys as opposed to every other type of toy, is that there's a part of it that you don't like, you can just take it apart and build it into something else. So what was just some random sand, a tree, and some rocks became 4 semi-decent Pokemon to add to my little mega Pokemon collection. So here's the little area that comes with Wartortle. Very similar idea, that there's just some kind of random stuff going on, some rocks, a little beach area with some sand and some water, and more of these like water attack pieces that we saw with Squirtle last time. So you get double the attack here, since Wartortle is more powerful. We also get another one of these cool little Pokeballs. So again, not much to say here, but that is the little area. Last but not least, here's the little buildable area that comes with Charmeleon, some rocks, and some Eternal Flames of Doom. It is nice that you get a bunch of little flame pieces, so you get 4 of these little ones that were on Charmander's tail, and 4 of these bigger ones, which were Charmander's attack. So Charmeleon can have some flame attacks. You could also theoretically maybe try to make another flame type Pokemon or rock type Pokemon using these pieces together. No, I'd have to play around, but yeah, not bad.
Little baby Bulbasaur, I have brought you here today to teach you an important lesson.
Is it a lesson about fighting?
No, it is a lesson about being a peaceful gardener, because we do not fight. We are pacifists. Let's build a garden. Look at this beautiful garden. It's awesome. Let's just sit in our garden and meditate.
This is peaceful. I like it.
Hey guys, what you doing? Oh, I accidentally burned your garden. Kill him! Ah! Kill him!
Overall, I think these sets are pretty great. It's a really great value. You get a really cool figure in each one, and then some extra pieces which make a nice little vignette, or it could be turned into something new. I think these builds and the printing on them are all pretty great. It's easy to fix the Charmeleon neck issue as well as the Ivysaur bulb issue. So pretty great stuff all around. I'm really impressed with these Mega Construx Pokemon sets. I'm so excited that they exist and hope that we get even more of them in the future. Maybe a wave 2. Please, please, Mega Construx, give us more Pokemon.